Efilism is strongly influenced by pessimism, which is composed of a wide range of ideas. Some I agree with, some I don't. About the ones that I agree with, that come to my mind at the moment, there's the idea that vulnerability, need, and decay are three aspects of everyone's lives that make bad statistically more likely than good. Also, mortality belongs to everyone's lives and it has considerable bad aspects in it. I also agree with the idea that when bad is serious enough, there's no good that can compensate for it. Also, I agree with the idea that there's a tendency in people to forget and underestimate the extent of bad, and that people tend to believe what they wish or want to be true instead of what is evident. So I think on average that is true. But there are ideas in atheism that I disagree with. One of them is that there is always more bad than good in everyone's lives. I don't even know how to understand that actually, because if you imagine negative and positive feelings in a spectrum, and in the middle there's neutral sensation, when does exactly a feeling start to be slightly more bad or slightly more good? But anyways, I don't think that's the case. Another idea is that pleasure is only a relief from suffering. Well, I think there's evidence that that is not true. Another idea I disagree with is the one that depression always equals truth awareness. Around 1970, 1980, there have been studies related to a theory called depressive realism that show that depressed people tend to be more accurate in evaluating themselves compared with non-depressed people. But studies have been also showing that depressed people are less accurate in evaluating other people compared with non-depressed ones. So I disagree with that. I think that your ability to understand how positive and negative reality is doesn't depend on your mood. So yeah, a depressed person can be totally wrong. Another one is that you're feeling bad and you don't know it. Well, that sounds quite arrogant, and well, I think the best one who can be correct about how how one is feeling is yourself. Existence is always equally doomed. Well, this is an idea that permeates atheism quite a lot, and I think is one of the most dangerous. It's quite obvious that we are not always equally doomed. If you do something or you don't, if you help someone or if you harm someone, it doesn't have the same consequences.
Not all sentient beings are destined to experience the same kind of harm, the same amount of harm. Death is not the only way to avoid experiencing suffering.